Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back again. Um, Today's subject is about Brandonvox and JDIDDY. Um, I'm cool with Brandonvox and JDIDDY now, and I ended the beef, which was one of the best things that I did. Um, it's a good. It's one of the best things I ever did. Especially first, I ended the beef with JDIDDY. That ended. Then I ended the beef with Brandonvox. And I'm sure you all know how this began. Well, it all started off when on Periscope, when I would go into Brandonvox's scopes, and I would go there, and one of the things that Brandonvox always had was all the gorgeous females. You know, he had like Fleo, Jamie Nicole, which I adore talking to Fleo. Oh man, one of the best females on Periscope to talk to is Fleo. And Brandon would always get offended with the things that I would say to females. I mean, I wasn't starting any trouble. I wasn't looking for, or I wasn't starting any trouble, looking for any problems. But Brandon said that I was always creeping the females out. I was only having fun, you know. I mean, I was only having fun and all. So then, where I know for a fact, I remember there's one thing that me and Brandon had in common is that we were both obsessed with that Daniela. You know, that exotic dancer, that Daniela. We were both obsessed with Daniela. Now, I know he was obsessed with her. I was obsessed with her. One of the things, one night, I remember I was living in Ocean County at the time. One night, Daniela went live, and Brandon. I remember when Brandon used to scope in his car. Remember when Brandon would always drive in his car? He would scope, and he would just do his own thing. You know, just didn't care what anybody else said. He would just do his own thing, which is really cool. He used to do those scopes in his car. You know, he used to drive around, or he used to park the car and scope in his car. Well, I remember one night when Brandon re-scoped at Daniela, and her haters went from her scope to his, and I didn't like what was going on. You know, I didn't like what was going on, and there was a lot of craziness that night. So of course you all know I defended Daniela and all the other blah blah blah. Then for some reason, I don't know what, for some reason, everybody knows about this I had this hate I had against Brandon, okay? And people believe that it was because of Fly Girl. Because I was defending Fly Girl, and I would say things to Brandonvox, and they think that it was because of Fly Girl. Now, I will be doing a video on Fly Girl and Big Keen, because there's something that's really bothering me that I gotta get off my chest. I gotta get something off my chest, and it's really bothering me. With Fly Girl, Big Keen, and Gina Baby, okay? I don't really have anything against Gina Baby, but she is supportive. She did stand up for me, but you know, there's something I gotta talk about. But yeah, I will be doing a video on Fly Girl and Big Keen. The title, their names will be all together. And so anyhow, yeah. So that I will be doing a scope on that, a video on them, I should say. I will be doing a video on them because there's something I got to get off my chest. There's something that's been bothering me. So as I was saying, yeah. So then I would always, when I was always defending Fly Girl, I would say things to Brandonvox. I would have this thing against. I used to be Brandon's enemy, and all. Now, I heard the story about Brandon with Fly Girl. How he did this. He cost her. She cost him his job. Apparently, I guess she was acting up in his scope. He blocked her or muted her, and she didn't like the fact that he did that. So then she just went ahead and said that he was scoping during his work hours. Said that they say that she cost him his job. Okay, now first of all, I hear the story. I wasn't a damn witness to it. Okay, but I guess it could have been a time when Brandon had me blocked. It could have been a time when Brandon did have me blocked, because there are times where Brandon, on my accounts, Brandon did have me blocked at times. There are times where Brandon would block me, and that didn't really bother me that much, because I always say to myself, "Oh, gee, why should Brandon block me then?" I thought he would want to like have some fun. But I guess this situation happened when Brandon had me blocked. Now, during that time, I don't really know. I wasn't really a witness. I heard about what was going on because everybody knows my obsession with Fly Girl. Everybody knows I have an obsession with her. I still think about it, Everybody knows my obsession with Fly Girl, And, I mean, my disliking against Brandon was really out of control. And I had to end it. But I'm going to get back to that in a minute. Now we go to JDIDDY. Okay, JDIDDY and I are cool now. I never really heard of JDIDDY until one time. Okay, JDIDDY has this popularity, or had, because he's been on the app a long period of time. Okay, he would always get these people in. He would always get these viewers because he came back, and I never really knew of him. Right? So then when he came back, I said to myself, I was like, what's this? I mean, damn, why is this guy getting all these viewers and all this other, right? Then I heard who he was, right? For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know what it was with me, but I just didn't. I just felt as though that, you go live when he's live, your followers are going to forget about you. I was like, oh, God, my followers, they're going to forget about me. They're going to forget about me. Well, I mean, that's how I was feeling. I was having that feeling that, okay, yeah, I'll go live. He goes live. Nobody's going to come in because he's live. I mean, okay. But then, you know what? I learned that he's been on the app. He's been on the app longer than me. Like, I've been on the app like 4 years. Or was. He was on the app longer than me. But, it takes time, okay? It takes time. There's one thing that I have said to myself. And this is something that Ernest Hemingway would agree with. And Ernest Hemingway never said this. And I sometimes I can't really mention his name that much because I kind of get like emotional because of all the things that he always said. Like, he had all these wonderful things. Ernest Hemingway would say these things, and sometimes I can't really say his name that much because I get emotional sometimes. I never really heard of Ernest Hemingway until I heard that one quote about how the world breaks everyone, and I can't really talk about him that much because I break down when I say Ernest Hemingway's name. I'm sorry, and especially with the one about with the world breaks everyone and how many are strong at the broken places. Damn, sorry, yo. But there's one thing that I would say is that Ernest Hemingway would agree with is that there are things in life you can fix, and there are things in life you can't fix. Okay? If somebody has a higher popularity than you can't fix that. You can't do anything about it. You will grow. Your popularity will get bigger and bigger as years go by. It takes time. You can go live when that person is live. You can go live when that person goes live. And your followers will watch the replay. Don't let a big scoper interfere with what you want to do. But when I go back, when I go back, there will be no night scoping because I can't scope at night no more. It's no good for my health. I've been doing good. Like I said, I've been doing good. I've been sleeping better. But yes, that's one thing Ernest Hemingway would agree with is that there are things in life you can fix. There are things in life you can't fix. You can't control somebody's popularity. You will grow into a bigger popularity. And, Bobby McNasty said that when I called into the Bobby McNasty and Jimmy Knapp show, which was pretty awesome, which I enjoyed doing. Bobby McNasty said, I'm the next superstar in Periscope. Hey, I even, after I called in on their show that night, I thought about even doing my own podcast. I talk about doing a podcast with Daisy New York. That would be nice. I would definitely love to do that. I know I talked about doing it with Fly Girl, but I probably have a better shot. I would probably have a better shot at doing it with Daisy New York. Excuse me. Yeah. So anywho, but yeah, I shouldn't really care what goes on like at Scope at night because I just like I said, I've been doing good for myself. I've been sleeping better. Last night I had a hard time sleeping because something was bothering me. I was having a hard time sleeping last night because something was bothering me. When something bothers you, you have a hard time sleeping, and there was something that would really bother me. I think I know what it was. I think what was really bothering me was how should I say this? Fly Girl, Big Keen, and the King crew. It was bothering me last night, and I couldn't really sleep. When I can't sleep, I'll put the TV on or I'll just walk around. But I was having a hard time sleeping last night, and it was really bothering me. And that's like I said, I'm gonna be doing a scope. Not a scope. I'll be doing a video on them. I'm treating YouTube like it's Periscope. My God. I'll be doing a video, and I'll explain. And it would really bother me. So anywho, back to JDIDDY. So, me and JDIDDY are now cool now. I know I did a video on JDIDDY, and he found out. And JDIDDY was cool about it. JDIDDY, they said, JDIDDY will like you. And you know what? He did. He actually did. And he does. And I like him. I know he defended me one time in Don Scope talking to Nita. And I got angry at him. But you know what? I want to forget about that. Me and JDIDDY are cool now. We are cool with each other. I ended the beef with JDIDDY. There were times when JDIDDY actually came into my scope. Now, I never, in my entire life, okay, let me tell you something. I never had any desires to manipulate JDIDDY for viewers. But one Saturday when I went live, he came into the call-in, and I had like a bunch of people, right? I was like, damn, this is awkward. But there were times when Keen came into my scope, and here I got a bunch of people in, and then he said, oh, you're getting a bunch of people because of me. That wasn't true, because there were times where he came into my scopes and I was getting higher numbers before Keen came in. You see? I guess I know this isn't about Keen, but I guess when you're the king of scope, when you're the king of scope, you feel though that you're going to the call and feature on somebody's scope, and when they have like 7 people there, you'll go in the call in, and all of a sudden, oh boom, bunch of people are gonna go into their scope because you're on the call in. I mean, yeah, you're gonna help that person have a higher number. Yeah, that's why they call me the king of scope, because I help people get higher numbers. Dude, don't think that way, okay? Don't think that way, because I was always told that I was always getting manipulated for viewers, because hey, if I get manipulated for viewers, then I must be that good. There could be a job for me. There could be. There could be a job for me. I mean, hey, if you need viewers, you want to manipulate me for viewers. I gotta say, they could say to you, you know what? You don't have to take that shit. If they want you for viewers, tell them to pay you. Tell them to pay you. If they want you for viewers, they should pay you. Make a fair deal. Call the shots, But then again, yo. What else can I tell you? They want viewers. People, there was actually a time where I cared about viewers, but you know what? It doesn't matter no more. Because just like I said, do your thing. They say, do you. Do your thing. Leave the scope up. Let them watch the replay. That's all. Or if not, go live the next day. You'll be the man of the hour the next day. You'll be the star of the hour the next day. So anywho, that's what I was saying. So yeah, so me and Jay are cool now. Jay, I'm not going to really give out any personal information, but Jay did actually give me his number through Instagram when he was with Amy through Instagram message. I'm not going to really give it out, but I haven't really talked with him yet, but I probably will. It'll be nice. I think he follows me on Snap. I don't know. We might follow each other on Snap. But if you want to hit me, but I think he followed me on Snap. But yeah, so it's nice to know that me and him and Brandon are cool. So how the beef with me and Brandon ended, it was on Johnny V Nexus Scope one night. I talked with Brandon on the call-in. Okay, we were all having fun, They were like mocking on, we were all like mocking on Keen, they were mocking on Keen, using his voice, like pretending to be him, as they were listening to Poison's Every Rose. So then, right then and there on Johnny V Nexus Scope, I talked with Brandon onto the call in the call-in, and I questioned him, and I said, okay, what happened with you and Fly Girl and all? He told me, I didn't go off on him. I was calm. And he told me the story, and I listened, and I said, well, did you do this? And he explained to me, and I was like, okay, I listened, because, I'm glad I ended it, because, God forbid, anything would have been possible, because here, when there are situations that happen, and then they'll question, they'll say, okay, what's your role in this situation, in this case? What's your role, And then, of course, other people are witnesses. Yeah, other people are like witnesses, they're like saying, well, he has this obsession with her, and blah, 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 But anyway, so that night on Johnny V Nexus Scope, I talked with Brandon, and he explained, I questioned him. He explained what happened. But, even if you don't like somebody, that doesn't mean you can just go ahead and get them fired from their job. Because if I knew how to get somebody fired from their job, I wouldn't do it anyway. I wouldn't go through that extreme. If there's somebody that you don't like, that doesn't mean you have to go through that extreme and get them fired from their job. You got to understand, they care about making the money. They got family they got to support. They care about supporting their family. They care about their bills, their car, the place they're living in. They care about things that they need money for. So anyway, as I was saying, right then and there, it ended. I ended the beef, and me and Brandon are cool now. We follow each other, and it was one of the best things I ever did. And I think ending the beef with Diddy was one of the best things I ever did as well. I'm glad I did that. And I'm glad. And it was for the better. And it was for the best for me. It was. It was more for the best for me than for them. Other than that, I don't think Brandon and Diddy would care if it didn't end now. But I don't think they would. I don't think it would matter to them. They wouldn't care less if it didn't end now. But I did it for the best for me. And a lot of people would agree that I did it for the best, for my benefits, and I did it for the best for me. And I'm glad I did. And I'm glad I did. But my next video will be, I am going to do a video on Fly Girl and Keen, like I said. But my next video is going to be about Tupac remixes. So I'll be doing that I'll be doing that next in a couple minutes. So subscribe to my channel, and of course hit me up on Snap if you want. Subscribe to my channel, and you could hit me up on Snap. But subscribe to my channel, and well, those of you know that I am on Snap, but subscribe to my channel and check out my next video, and take care. And I'll see you on my next video. Next one's going to be about Tupac remixes. Bye.